Okay, whenever you're ready.
Whenever I go anywhere, people stare at me. And while it's rude to stare, I understand why. I look different, odd, unique. No, it's not because of disability, God forbid. It's because of my appearance, the way I dress. What I wear is called the traditional Orthodox Jewish garb. We have the Yarmulke, we have the Tzitzis. Now, I know these are strange terms to you now, but hopefully at the end of this presentation, you'll understand exactly what they are. The sources for, and I'm asked constantly what they are, and so I figured today would be a great opportunity to explain to you why we wear them, what they are, and what they represent. The sources for most of our garb comes from either the Bible or the Talmud, where the rabbis in the time of the Talmud, they were the ones who instituted most of the details and laws that come with the garb. Unfortunately, there are such laws. And due to popular interest on the Orthodox dress code, there are many articles you can find online, and at the end of this presentation, I'll give you a great source for one. So what I'm going to do what I'm going to do today is go through the Orthodox male. There are 4 main aspects for the male. However, today we are going to just go through 2. We are going to go through the yarmulke, which is the cap on top, and the tzitzis, which are the strings you see hanging down from my side. The yarmulke. What is it? The yarmulke is the skull cap that Jewish men wear. It began as a thing worn only for prayers, and custom was taken on to wear it full time. The source for the yarmulke comes from the Talmud, when it tells us, cover your head in order that the fear of heaven will be upon you. That is one of the main reasons why we wear it, to remind yourself that there is always someone above us, watching us, guiding us, helping us. Another reason is to help us accept the yoke of heaven. Just like the ox had a physical thing on them as a yoke, so too we have a physical yarmulke on top of us to remind ourselves of the yoke of heaven. Now, there are a few basic laws for the yarmulke. They are quite simple. One should not walk more than about 6 feet without one. And even at night you should wear it if you're sleeping, because the reason still applies. You're still in the presence of God. God is still watching you. And one should train young boys from the age of 3 and on to wear one, and the reasons why. Now, there are many types of yarmulkes based on what type of Jew you are. As you can see, we have the white kosher, which is famous among Jerusalemites. We have the Bukharin, which because of its size is very typical for young children. The crochet and suede are very common among modern Orthodox. We have the velvet, which I wear, is famous on the Hasidic. And then, of course, the satin for conservative and reform. Now, you will also see many times people wearing a black hat. The reason for the black hat or the furry shtreimel is as a double covering. Why do we wear it? Well, especially when we are praying to God, we want to remind ourselves that we are higher than animals. As human beings, we have to act a certain way, behave a certain way, think a certain way. And animals, they have a shed or a barn on top of them. So we want to remind ourselves that we are a level higher than them. We must act as so. Alright, so now we covered the head, pun intended, and we're going to move on to the most common question I get asked. What are these strings? Well, they are called the tzitzis. The tzitzis are a special knotted fringed garment that we wear. The source for it comes from the Bible. It tells us they shall make fringes on the corners of their garments. One of the main reasons for it is as a reminder of the 613 commandments that God gave us, which I'll explain momentarily. Another reason for the tzitzis is because we are constantly doing one of the commandments of God. It's simply just wearing a garment. Even if you're sleeping, you're still wearing that garment, and you are always constantly bringing yourself closer to God in that way. The laws for the tzitzis are quite simple. Well, not really, but I'm going to break it down for you. As you can see, the verse says, they shall make fringes on the corners of their garments. That implies, if you have a 4-corner garment, have fringes on them. However, the rabbis instituted, due to various reasons for it, that we should always wear one in order to remind ourselves of the 613 commandments. Now, what is the corner all about? As you can see on the corner, it is specially knotted. There are 5 sets of double knots, and there are 8 strings. Why? Well, the word tzitzis, if you look at the numerical value following the A equals 1, B equals 2 method, the word tzitzis equals 600. 600 plus the 5 knots and the H string equals 613. Therefore, when you wear the tzitzis, you're always wrapping yourself in a reminder of the 613 commands that God has given us. So, and if you want to look at how to tie the tzitzis, this is a great source. It's a very easy tutorial to understand. So now at this point in time, there's also, like the yarmulke, there's many types of tzitzis varying from thin mesh to even a kid's, or there's the wool that I am currently wearing. At this point in time, I hope you now understand what it is the yarmulke is, and you understand why we wear this fringes. For more information, feel free to contact me, 248-506-2370, or you can go to Chabad.org, which is a great site for information on anything related to Judaism. Again, that's CHABAD.org.